What's going on, everybody? Sabers here, back in Vermintide 2, and today we're going to be taking a quick look at level 15 Kruber. Starting off with Mercenary Kruber, I really like this halberd. It does a lot of armor piercing damage, as well as regular damage. It's a super high damage output weapon, occasionally getting blocked by armor, but not too often. And it does super high damage to unarmored as well. Great when power attacking and slicing through multiple enemies, as well as a good stab attack to hit the head of armored units. For a ranged weapon, I've got the blunderbuss equipped because, again, it's very good at taking out multiple enemies. Tons of damage when up close to both armored and unarmored. Absolutely fantastic when you hit the head. I just completely missed there. And, yeah, I think he's a really good DPS class. Not too much block, but that is not his purpose. He's really good at removing storm vermin, since he has a lot of armor piercing. As you can see, crazy damage when hitting in the head. Let's take a look at his talents here. I use Stay Down because it increases his critical hit chance by 5%. More the merrier. Increases power by 3% for every nearby enemy and stacks up to 5 times, meaning that you can have 15% increased critical. And then I have Blade Barrier, reducing 25% damage when Pace Strikes is activated, which activates a lot because of his passives. Being able to cleave through more enemies, and as well as increased crit chance. So when you get those increased speed, increased crit chance, and then even more crit chance, he's really good overall. Overall, just a fantastic DPS. Great to grind with if you're just trying to level Kruber or finish harder difficulty missions. I think he's absolutely fantastic. Probably one of the best heroes in the game. Alright, and next up we have Huntsman Kruber, and as you'll notice, I'm using the same exact weapons because I think they're that good. Huntsman Kruber, I admit, I was very wrong about when I made my first impressions, and I think it's because he got changed a bit, but also because I wasn't quite playing him the most optimal way. I was playing him the Vermintide dev way of being a sniper character. So instead, he's got this wonderful halberd that, again, same thing as the other one, really good at armored and single target removal. And then he's got the blunderbuss, which increases your potential headshot, the potential for a headshot, as it shoots multiple shots. So being far away, it is possible, aiming center of mass, to get a headshot. Now obviously that won't always happen, but as you can see, it'll occasionally happen, which is actually really good, since there's the spread. You don't have to be perfectly accurate. You can see I can sometimes aim slightly to the side, unfortunately it's not now, and hit the head. Unfortunately these guys are really small, but once you move farther away, it's pretty hard to miss, actually, and it's pretty deadly at long range because there is no damage drop off. You can see there, that was just a lucky headshot out of nowhere. So pretty good. I wouldn't actually recommend using either of the sniping weapons, because they are incredibly hard to hit in the head, which will lead to you just wasting your ammo trying to shoot someone in the head. Whereas this, being less accurate, actually gives you more of a chance to hit the head. And now, looking at talents, we've got Keep 'em Coming, increasing reload speed by 20%. Scavenger, when bosses are killed, Markus gains 30% of his maximum ammo, which is very good because very often you use all of your ammo on a boss, and then your team gets screwed because you have no ammo, and then out of nowhere come 2 life leeches, and it just goes really badly. Then the last one that I used, Tall's Blessing, Markus recovers 2 ammunition instead of 1 from scoring headshots. That is fantastic because it means you don't have to be perfectly precise. If you get a body shot, well, I just got a headshot there. If you get a body shot or miss a shot and then get a headshot, when I try to get a headshot, it doesn't work, you actually just regain more ammo. So it's very difficult to actually run out of ammo, which is really good. Which is almost why I would say wait until level 15 to play Kruber on higher difficulties, because this means that he'll be able to be even more of a DPS character and deal with even more special enemies. Overall, again, a really good DPS character, just like Mercenary Kruber, and definitely very powerful. One of the most powerful characters in the game. Alright, and on to the last Kruber, probably the most supportive character in the entire game. Foot Knight Kruber has a sword and shield combo that I'm using, which is pretty potent. Shield, lots of block, as well as the trinkets that I'm using, adding into that, as well as some of the traits. And the sword, really quick attacks, good for taking out small enemies, and possible killing of armored targets because it does have that one attack. The heavy attacks do also do damage, however, not a ton of damage, as you can see. Only the one does damage to the body. However, if you hit in the head with both of them, I just completely missed. The sideswipe only does 50, right like that. So not too great against armor, but he does have the shield slam to stagger pretty much everything, which is good. And you'll likely be playing with more DPS oriented characters. Secondary weapon, I like to use the multi-shot handgun. I think it's just really good against hordes of enemies. If they're far off and you just need to blast a few of them, no problem. If there's a special that's got your ally, this thing's accurate enough to do the job. The accuracy obviously is not dead accurate, and it's not a weapon that you can aim with and increase the accuracy. However, you can crouch and take your time with shots, and you can do pretty darn good with it if you need to. On to the talents though. We've got Bastion of the Reich, increasing maximum health, so he has a lot of damage resistance as well as just more health then. Build momentum, successful charge attacks grant 40% increased stamina regeneration for 2 seconds, same as Bardem. I just think it's super solid, lets you shield and taunt earlier. And then defensive formation, meaning that your allies take even less damage when near you, and you take less damage because you're always near you. Overall, super duper supportive, I would say. If you wanted to make him even more supportive, you can use regroup, which means that your allies are going to take less damage when you revive them. And then obviously as you go on, you can look even further into it. I would play Kruber though as a support. He's not a DPS. You don't want to go in there swinging a ton because he does not really have the perks to support it. He has a lot of perks that will increase stamina and just overall help your team. He's fantastic with the shielding, fantastic with the taunting, and really good at reviving your allies with his charge, which I ran into a rock there, but he can charge through, knock down a lot of enemies, and then revive, block, do whatever, and help your team out. So I would play him as a support. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and discuss in the comments, and I will see you all next time.